Hey guys, it's Leesh, and welcome to another episode of Car Confessions. It is Wednesday, October 1st, and here we are, just living, breathing, doing our thing. Obviously, I'm here in New York City, just not getting off work. By the time you hear this, you'll already know, or maybe you won't, but the government has shut down here in the United States. And, folks are especially folks that work in the government are just trying to figure out life, right? Figure out, what the next moves are. And so the country as a whole is like, what is happening, right? What is happening? What does this mean for our country moving forward? How long will this shutdown last? It'll be interesting to see what happens at this point in time with our government and what will transpire for the people that not only work for the government, but for the actual citizens of the United States of America. Here's the thing. Here's where I'm at with all of this. I am just over it. I am over this government. I am over people that are. Oops, one second. Let me move. I gotta move over. There's a fire truck behind us. And if you've ever been in New York City, you know that the streets are very, very narrow. So it's like you have to kind of like figure out where to go. But luckily, the light just turned green, so we um, didn't have to worry about all that. But anyway, yeah, I'm literally over this government. I'm over all of the apologists of this government, and because I mean, if we think about it, and I spoke about this in a TikTok video I made earlier about the government. This is a pattern where things are crazy in our society, right? And then there's this like smoke and mirrors nonsense where they decide to shut down the government, right? For whatever reason. Like every time it's something different, but it's always some reason they give some type of legitimate excuse as to why they have to shut down the government. And to that, I just really have to like question, like, how do we as people, the people whose money that actually goes into this government to actually make it run, where is our say in this shutdown situation? You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some way that we're a bit more active in how the government operates. And maybe that's me being naive to the functionality and management of government, but if my money's going to something, it's like when people like donate to certain organizations and they donate to a specific department in that organization, right? The hope is that your money is going to that particular department, right? And you'll see where your money goes because they'll send you some type of annual report or they have some type of gala where they talk about, well, the money went to blah, blah, blah. Then you'll see your name in some pamphlet. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. As Americans, and maybe this is beyond America, but us giving money to this government blindly at this point is ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous because I'm like, more times than not, and it's going to happen. It's not more times than not, it's going to happen. Federal income tax are not going to be halted. That money's still going to be pulled out. Hello. You know what I'm saying? That's going to still be a thing. So it's like, how are we just allowing this? And listen, I have no answers. This is just Leash in this car driving around, just expressing my thoughts and feelings. But it's just like, huh? Like we are literally giving, what is it, like 50%? Is it 50%? 30%? I don't know. The point is, it's a lot. You know, it could be me just being, just really so annoyed about this whole situation today. But like, we give a lot of money to the government. I don't have the, you know, exact percentage off the dome here, but it's a lot. Because when I see my gross salary versus what the net, and then I look at that federal income tax, and maybe I should look at the percentage later on and like figure that out, but that's not there nor there. But when I think about that, I'm just like, this money has gone to these fools and they can't come together to make things work better for the citizens of this country. They bicker about dumb stuff that at the end of the day really doesn't truly benefit us, but they make us think by way of these, smoke and mirror tactics that it has everything to do with us, when it's just their ego and, just trying to be on top nonsense. And then there goes our money. There goes our money down the drain with these egotistical fools that have nothing better to do but to, try to make themselves feel better by way of, lying to us that they're really working for us. It's annoying. It's annoying. And let me tell you something else. Something else I really don't like is I don't like gambling, right? I've never really understood gambling. I'm the type of person, if I'm going to spend my money, I need to see like a tangible thing, or know that it was an investment in like my education or something. Like I need to know, like full on know, okay, this is where my money went, and I made the sound decision for that to be so. I feel like this government and how we pay into this system is like gambling. It's like we'll see, or it's like Publishers Clearinghouse. That's how I feel like. I really do. I feel like my mom was an avid Publishers Clearinghouse patron, if you want to call it that. I mean, my mom, we had every magazine on the planet, and my mom's hope was that she would become a millionaire by purchasing these magazines and paying into this Publishers Clearinghouse scam. Because I mean, I don't know anybody who won Publishers Clearinghouse. So, and the way my mom was like buying those magazines like it was her job, we should have been millionaires. Like I'm not even joking. Like it was ridiculous. I mean, what was it? Country Living, Sports Illustrated. My mom wasn't even into sports like that. Why do we have Sports Illustrated? You know what I'm saying? But she did have the magazines that I did enjoy, and that she, we had Ebony, we had Jet. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever, mom. Okay, fine. But these other magazines, I was like, what? All that to hopefully, fingers crossed, become a millionaire by buying these ridiculous magazines. My mom believed that. She really believed that one day she would be a millionaire and Ed McMahon would show up to 524 South Grand Avenue and we would be freed of the nonsense of being middle class folks. But obviously that never happened. And I feel like that's where we are as a country, where we're seeing our money go away, and the hope, we're fingers crossed, hoping that something's going to change, hoping that, this system is going to work in our favor some way, somehow. What? Nothing. Nothing's happening. Things are happening, but it's not work happening for, the everyday person. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still out here looking crazy as hell, pissed off about stuff that's, imaginary, that they've created these narratives around race and different things that, just keeps us bickering. Meanwhile, they're, laughing all the way to the bank and wherever else they want to laugh to. And here we are, just back and forth, back and forth. I think, or at least I hope, that more people are waking up to that this government that claims and has been claiming for how long, I don't even know, that they're really working for us, that they haven't been. They never have been. Our money's going to places like Israel, funding all that nonsense over there. It's going to line the pockets of, all these billionaires, and, you know, our government officials are, they're reaping benefits too. Let's be serious, because you're not just going to be in something just, have like some type of verbal or public clout. You're getting some paper behind that, a few Benjamins and whoever else is on the damn dollar bills you're getting some paper on this. But we are in the throes of this nonsense that is, like I said, it's not benefiting any of us. And so, like, what are we going to do, guys? Like, seriously, what are we going to do? And so, for me, this is just me. I feel like if money talks in this country, then we should not spend our money in the ways that we have been doing in the past. Find ways to, remove yourself from certain situations and entities and things of that nature. And listen, I hear you. Like, there might be some folks who are like, okay, I can't just pull myself out of this whole tax situation. Like, I have things going on. And I'm not telling you to completely just go rogue. But we've got to be strategic about this, guys. We've got to figure this out, because this is crazy town. This is crazy town. You know what I'm saying? Like, paying money and lots of money. It's not like it's something to sneeze at. Like I said, when I see my gross pay versus what I bring home, I'm like, this is some bull s. And on top of that, like I'm not even the person who in my household pays for the insurance. So it's not even a thing. Like I am paying out my taxes and all that stuff, but the additional cost, that's not even me. For those who actually have to pay into this system and pay for insurance and whatever else that comes out of your check, like what are you coming home with? Because you still got these bills. They ain't stopping. Pay mortgage, rent, car notes, the insurance of insurance of insurance. So you got your car insured. Maybe your apartment or your house is insured. Like there's so many things that are happening. It's all these different schemes. That's where I'm at with it. I feel like there's so many schemes that we have been, pressured into. Because if we don't have that, then oh my gosh, what happens if this, that, and the other happens? It's like, oh my gosh, where do the people thrive in all of this? Where do we thrive? I don't know. So it's just Leesh talking. But we've got to figure out something, guys. And I think one thing is us, finding ways to come together, if anything. Find ways to meet some common ground. And I think, if anything, this financial situation should be the common ground for the majority of us because for the longest time, especially when it comes to racism, that was the driving force for capitalism because they could keep that narrative going. Poor white folks could just, well, at least I'm white, right? That could be the claim to fame. I think those days are over. I think people are realizing, and listen, I can be wrong. I think slowly but surely folks are realizing like this skin color thing is whack. This is whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I have white skin, but do I have more money in my pocket? Do I feel more secure in this country? Safe, secure, heard? Like, is any of this stuff benefiting me? This skin color, I mean, whatevs. Whatevs. I'm still on the struggle bus. The lie I have been told for so long, and that might be another thing too, is people are having a hard time processing that. Right? Maybe it's taking some folks some time to be like, oh, I've been lied to. What the hell? These folks don't care about me. Wow. What? I thought I was in the club. Like literally. Oh, but you're on the outside of the club. They've created a structure around you that looks like the club. And now you realize that you're just in the janky line waiting and hoping to get in the actual club. Meanwhile, that line does not even move. You're just stuck in line, hoping and praying, hoping and praying. It's all a big scam. It's all a big scam. And I think the more and more folks wake up and realize this scam, change will come faster than we could ever imagine. Faster than we could ever imagine. But it also requires folks who are already, I guess, woke, right? To have some mercy on folks, right? And I'm not saying kiss people's ass or, whatever, but just really allow for people to realize that like this is not what I thought it was, right? And I'm sorry. Like, hopefully, folks will be who knows? Hopefully, folks are apologetic about this whole thing and are willing to work with um, each other. Because this is not about Republican and Democrat. Like that whole polarizing time that we were in for forever. I feel like it was forever. I mean, guys, let me know. Like, I felt like folks were going hard body on this blue, MAGA, Republican, Democrat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was so intense. And I feel the shift. I feel like people are like, you know what? This is dumb. Like, we are on a playground, I feel like. I feel like we are a bunch of middle school kids who have created certain, like, clubs or groups or, friend groups. Each friend group feels like they're the cool group, but not realizing that the people who have told them, like the people that are kind of like running the groups, they're really the friends. They're the friends, and they're keeping this chaos going just so they can do what they really want to do on the playground and have fun and whatever. Because think about it, the folks who are telling us all this shit and creating all this chaos and foolery, they're not here on the ground with us. Like, really? They're on the other side of the playground, the best part of the playground, living their best life, playing with all the awesome playground equipment. Meanwhile, we're over at the broken down swings trying to get a turn on the damn swing. You know what I'm saying? This is dumb. Realize the better side of the playground, we need to focus on the better side of the playground and demand to be on the better side of the playground and let them know the jig is up. We know what you guys have been doing. Get me on that damn jungle gym and get the hell out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, it has to come to that point. Because if we continue on fighting for this same broken down swing that they have told us is the way to go and it's kind of, lead you to prosperity and whatever else, then we get what we deserve. We get what we deserve. Like, this is the moment for us to wake up and realize the broken down swing is trash. We've been played. Okay, now move forward. What are we going to do to move forward? We can't sit back and cry about the broken down swing. Is it, a tragedy we've been fighting over this broken down swing? Why, yes. Yes, it is. But we cannot focus on the broken down swing anymore. We need to go over, like I said, to the new jungle gym that these fools have been playing on. Get over there, demand that we are also able to participate because the jungle gym is huge. There's so many people that can be on that jungle gym and realize the one or two people that are playing on that jungle gym, what do you need all that for? What do you need all that for? Let us all play. Let us all get a turn. Let's all have the opportunity to be prosperous in this country and quit lying to us, saying that there has to be these polarized ways of being and living in order to, be, heard in this country or feel like you have a stake in this country. It's not working anymore. This playbook is so old, and the fact that, many of us have been falling for this playbook for so many years is like crazy town. But, like I said, here we are. Folks are awakening, and that is half the battle. Like, literally, that's half the battle, is that folks are waking up. Allow them to wake up. Give them grace. Let's find ways to, come together. Because, like I said, this government don't care. They don't care. Republican, Democrat, whatever. Listen, they are, once they get off them stages pretending like they don't like each other, they're like, look, hey, you want to go and catch a whatever somewhere, or, they want to go hang out. Their friends and family hang out with each other. Like, come on, guys. This is theatrics at its finest. This is all a game. It's all a game. And we're being played. We are the little pieces on the board, and they're moving us around. Listen, it's time for somebody on the board to flip, move, just crash the damn board, and let's start all over. There's nothing wrong with that, because this, like I said, this system is not working for any of us. It's not. I mean, it's working for the small percentage of people, but for the majority of us, it's not working. We need to start all over. We need to create new systems and ways of being and living. We are divine creatures. We are divine creatures. We can find ways to live on this earth, not harm it, not harm each other, and just thrive and live out our days until, we go on to glory, if that's what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does this have to be so difficult? Why? It doesn't. It can be quite simple. But as, Lauryn Hill says, it could all be so simple, but, you'd rather make it hard. Let's not make this hard, guys. Let's find ways. You know what I'm saying? It's too many of us to be sitting around on the struggle bus. We've got some great minds out here. Let's figure this out. Like, enough is enough. Seriously, enough is enough. We have the power. There's more of us than there are of them. I keep saying this, power to the people. We have the power. It's our money that goes into the system for it to function. It's our money. It's not theirs. They work for us. It's like any type of business or organization that you pay money into. If you're not getting what you want and need out of that, you're going to complain, and then you're going to request for a refund, some type of benefit, something to that effect. You're not just going to sit back and just let these people play you after you put your money in. More times than not, you're not going to do that, right? Why are we allowing our government to do that? Why? Guys, come on. Let's get it together. And listen, we don't have to be besties. But what we can be is Americans that are like, you know what? This is dumb. I've had it. And we should not have to live like this anymore. I don't have to be up in your house. You don't have to be up in my house. You know what I'm saying? We can live respectively, like in our spaces, not cause harm, but also not take any shit. And we need to stop taking shit from these people that's claim that they're here for our greater good. They're not. They're just not, guys. It's time to realize that they don't care. They don't care. And once again, like I said, it sucks. It really sucks to know that this is, where we are and where we've been for so long. This has been a thing for a while. Many people have known. I've known for a while. I've basically known my whole life. That's the thing about being black. Like, we know what time it is. Like, we've never really been accepted in this country, And it sucks that, it took so long for everyone to see it, but, bygones. Here we are. Let's figure this out. Let's, you know, find ways to get to shut the system down. Because how much more can we willing to lose to maintain these structures that are in place? Like, how much more are we willing to lose? I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of paying into this system that's not doing it. I'm done with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in a perfect world, Leesh would be doing her podcast, talking to y'all, living my best life, living in a decent sized home. I don't need something big and crazy. Being able to travel, enjoy my family and friends, not constantly being in the worry of I'm in debt, I got to pay these bills. Oh my gosh, I got to figure out, should I do this? Should I do that? I just want to live. I just want to live. I think it's what everyone wants to do to some degree, or, for the most part, we just want to live. We're not meant to do all these crazy made up things that just keep us suppressed. We're divine beings, like I said. There's no need for all this nonsense. This was all created. We can create something completely different. There's too many of us. We can create something different. That's just how I feel. Light and love for those who are dealing with all this government shutdown stuff. And I have family that work in the government as well who are just, stressed. And this is not their first rodeo with the government shutdown. But it's exhausting, to say the least. It's exhausting. So sending so much light and love to y'all. And know that, we're doing I'm doing my best to support in ways that I know how to. Um, yeah, there's got to be an end to this. There is going to be an end to this. I feel it. I feel like there's going to be an end, but we have to all get on board to do just that. All right, guys, I'm home. Praise the Lord. Home. I'll go upstairs, chill out, and yeah, just do something relaxing. That's what I'm going to do. And I encourage you guys to do the same. Do something relaxing. Do something that allows you to feel good about yourself. Nothing destructive, guys. I encourage nothing destructive, but just do something that you feel good about. Because, like I said, the way things are happening right now, we have to take care of ourselves. Full stop. Take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. Yeah, that's a start. Seriously. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna head up. Like I always say, let's just keep on keeping on. Love you. And listen, I'll see y'all next week. All right.